Daniel Snyder's back in the news. Thank you, Daniel. Daniel Snyder, you and Jerry Jones have simply been fabulous. Fabulous for Nothing Personal. We are starting a new month. August was a record month. Keep telling your friends about Nothing Personal. Keep listening. Keep downloading, subscribing. Please follow us on YouTube. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Thank you. I appreciate you. Daniel Snyder has been a content machine because his organization called the Washington Football Team is very simply put a dumpster fire. They do have a new president in place. Hopefully, Mr. Wright can do right by the Washington Football Team. Daniel Snyder, as you recall, we laughed. We laughed on this show, I say, when he agreed to investigate his own team. He had an independent investigator who he hired. So that's an oxymoron. An independent investigator who I'm paying, by definition, is not independent because I'm going to see what they release before they release it because I'm withholding 50% of your money. So if you're going to investigate me and you're going to find that I did a lot of super bad things, they're going to make me look not so good, I'm going to tell you, you better change that report and turn that frown upside down because otherwise you're not getting the money. So Daniel Snyder, an independent investigation about the culture in his team. And Roger Goodell had taken the wrong road by saying, we are going to let the Washington Football Team do its investigation. We will review it. And if we are not satisfied, we will then take action. Well, loyal Nothing Personal listeners, you knew very well that's a crock of absolute horse hockey because Roger Goodell knew that he had no choice here but to investigate for himself, because Daniel Snyder would have no ability to have any sort of investigation that is independent. So guess what got announced yesterday? Surprise, surprise. The NFL announced that they are taking over the independent investigation from the Washington Football Team. And wouldn't you know it, Danny Snyder agreed. But then he upped the ante in his own statement, of course, from his wife as well. Wait, that's not true. I don't think it was from his wife. Coca, was it from his wife? I know the Hansen statement in Utah was from his wife. Was the Snyder statement from Daniel and Daniel's wife or just Daniel? Can you check on that? So here is what Daniel Snyder said. He said, recently the Washington Football Team launched an independent third-party investigation, yada, yada, into allegations about our culture and incidents of harassment. In conversations with Commissioner Goodell, Tanya and I, Tanya must be Daniel's wife, Tanya and I suggested that the NFL, hold on, I can't keep a straight face. Time out, Coca, I cannot keep a straight face. I'm going to take a drink of water and I'm going to get through this. In conversations with Commissioner Goodell, Tanya and I suggested that the NFL assume full oversight of the investigation. And here's where it got super bad for you, Dan. So that the results are thorough, complete, trusted by the fans, the players, our employees, and the public. Holy shitska. That means that you have just acknowledged that under no scenario was an investigation, however you called it third party, that there was no chance that the results could be thorough, complete, trusted by the fans, players, or our employees or the public. That was not a good line to put in there. What you should have said is that our investigation would have been thorough, complete, trusted by the fans, players, employees, and the public. That said, my voice just cracked like a teenager. That said, use the diaphragm, David. That said, I guarantee that having the NFL run this is not necessary, but I have asked Commissioner Goodell to run it anyway to remove any shadow of a doubt. That would have been a better statement. Daniel Snyder went on to say, I appreciate Commissioner Goodell agreeing to our suggestion, and the entire Washington Football Team remains committed to fully cooperating with all aspects of the investigation. Horse hockey.